What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. Got a little bit of Destiny Crucible gameplay. I am super excited for this gameplay. It was my very first gameplay on the retail release of the product. I actually just got it this afternoon, day 2, and I finally made my way over to the Crucible, and I had a pretty good gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited about it. Not like you know, beast mode, like 20 kill in a row kind of thing like Call of Duty, but not too bad. You know, I felt like I was a major impact on my team, and it was really fun. I'm using this auto rifle that I just picked up from playing the campaign style of the game, and I really like this thing. It's a really good gun. As you can see, it kills people really quickly. It doesn't take more than a clip, which can be a real problem if your gun doesn't take out people in a clip or less. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. Now, it is very important when playing the Crucible to really go for headshots, and you know, frankly, in the P vs. E as well, you really want to aim for headshots. This game really important to get the headshots, and you'll find that by practicing in the P vs. E, it really goes right on over to the P vs. P, and you're almost already programmed to do it. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. The Crucible, I think that I'll be playing this Crucible quite a bit over the next few months, and hopefully, you know, for even longer than that, because I really like the levels. I really like how I can play this campaign. You know, I can play, I always want to call it single player, but because you can play it with your friends, it's really just the campaign. I like being able to find all that loot in there and bring it over and try it out in the Crucible. I think that is a really compelling thing about Destiny that many other games don't really have. And Advanced Warfare is going to try it out later this year, and we'll have to see what they can do. But I really like the way it works here, and I'm having a blast with it. Also using the fusion rifle a little bit. I don't even know if I pull it out in this gameplay because I really tend to use the fusion rifle in kind of smaller, closer quartered maps. But I'm really having a great time with it. The fusion rifle, if you don't know, is it's almost like using a shotgun, except that you have to charge it before you shoot it. But if you run around kind of feathering your trigger and always be charging it, it really gives you an advantage because it's got a longer range than a shotgun, but it often will kill in one shot up close or even at a fairly good distance. So like I said, the fusion rifle, check it out. You know, find yourself a good one and check it out in the Crucible because it's actually a really good gun, especially when you have guys lining up. You can actually get a multi-kill that way. I like the Hunter. I've been playing with the Hunter. I tried the Warlock and the Titan in the Alpha and the Beta, but the Hunter so far is my favorite. I really like the kind of the golden gun, the solar gun. I want to call it a kill streak, but it's the super move in Destiny, and I'm really enjoying the Hunter. Now, a lot of people seem to be really obsessed with the Warlock. I've seen some people have a lot of success with the Titan. But for me, so far, it's all about the Hunter. I'm really enjoying it. I like being able to throw the knife. I think the throwing knife is really good. I like that I can shoot 3 shots out of that solar gun and get 3 separate kills if you're accurate. It's just, you know, it's just a really fun way to play the game. And with the double jump, you have all this mobility, and you can really kind of show up in places people don't expect and have 3 one-shot kills ready to go. It's a fun way to play. So I've been watching the internet a little bit today, and I haven't actually read any reviews that I trust yet, but I have been seeing a little bit of backlash about Destiny, and I'm a little bit surprised about it because, you know, we did see the alpha. We had a beta that had pretty much like the first part of the game ready to go. So I'm a little bit surprised that people are, you know, surprised about the game. You know, it shocks me a little bit because, you know, there's really no reason that you didn't play in the beta. You know, it was available on the Xbox, the PS3, the Xbox One, and the PS4. So, you know, like, I'm surprised that people are saying, like, this isn't what I expected. Well, what did you expect, you know? I can see people having complaints about the game, don't get me wrong. The story in the game is probably its worst aspect, or it's just not as good as the rest of the game. The shooting mechanics in the game are what are going to keep me coming back. I really enjoy the shooting in the game. I like how it kind of combined the Call of Duty aim down sight and shoot kind of stuff with the Halo jumping around and the power weapons. I find that to be a really compelling way to play. It's very fast-paced, and it's a lot of fun, either in the Crucible against real people or even playing against the computer when you're playing in missions. But when people talk about the game, they're often complaining about the pacing of the story and kind of it just doesn't feel as epic as what you're used to from Bungie from Halo. And I can definitely see that. You know, it's just the way the missions are structured or presented with these kind of like quick 2-sentence blurbs. Then you're in, and they often all feel the same. Is, you know, you got to get your ghost somewhere, attach it to some computer, and then protect it for 10 minutes while 3 waves of enemies come and attack you. It's a little bit repetitive. I'm not going to lie to you, but I am enjoying the gameplay so much that I'm willing to forgive it. And with the strike missions, you know, kind of breaking it up, they're a little more difficult. They're a little bit different than the regular story mode missions. That's enough for me to kind of like give them the benefit of the doubt, wait for the DLC, because I am enjoying what I'm playing right now. Sure, I'd like the story to be a little bit better, but like it's not bothering me as much as it's bothering other people. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the raids are all about. Is there going to be story involved in these raids, or is it just going to be, you know, here's your 2 sentences, go and fight this ultra difficult boss? You know, we'll have to see. Will they kind of get the story going for the DLC? Will they see what their mistakes are and kind of correct that in the DLC? I hope so. You know, I'd like to see this game succeed because the core mechanics of the game are very, very compelling. I've actually had a lot of fun just exploring the different planets. I was actually just on Venus, just kind of roaming around, looking for loot, killing guys that I saw, and just like looking for caves and for gold chests and stuff like that. And I had a ball. I was playing for like 2 hours straight of just like roaming around with no story or structure to speak of to really motivate me. And to me, that means something, because I'm not usually the kind of person that will do that. I won't just kind of roam around in a game and just kind of, you know, let the fun happen to me. Usually I like my gaming to be very structured, where, you know, I have, you know, quick bits of fun. And usually that's what Bungie is awesome at, you know, is they were able to, in the Halo franchise, really distill gunplay down to like these quick, like 3 or 4 minutes of ultra exciting, you know, fun. And in this game, they've done that to a certain extent, but I think what they failed on is they don't have that epic story. They don't really get you motivated to save the planet, save the universe, save all the humans. And I think that's a bit of a failing on their part, but the game is still a real lot of fun. You know, I am just having a blast playing it. I really like being able to team up with friends. I'm wishing that the Bungie.net was working a little bit better. They seem to be a little bit overloaded at the minute, so I'm not able to kind of log into it a lot of the time to check on the BRC Clan, because what I'd like to be doing is organizing strikes with members of the BRC Clan. So if you don't know what the BRC Clan is, go on to Bungie.net and look it up under groups, and you can join that clan. And what we're going to do is, hopefully, is organize raids and strike missions from inside that interface to help people kind of get with other people who are into the game, want to play, but don't want to just team up with random people for strikes. And with the raids, we already know that you're not even going to be able to use matchmaking for raids. You have to bring a full team. And a lot of those teams have to be pretty big. 6 players for one raid is going to be a pretty big undertaking. And so that's why I set up the BRC Clan, is to kind of facilitate that for me and for other people that want to play the game with me or with other people who subscribe to this channel. So definitely check that out. And, you know, last night I was playing a little bit with a couple of guys from the Beastly Thoughts show. We had Unreal Gamer playing. We had Beastly Thoughts playing, or I'm sorry, Beastly Gamer playing. And we were having a ton of fun. We played, I think, the Devil Within strike mission. And Beastly had just gotten the game installed, so he was like a level 4 or 5, and I was like a level 12, but we were still able to play. It was not a big deal. You know, sure, I was able to kind of, you know, move into areas where he had to hang back a little bit, but it ended up being a lot of fun anyway, because just playing with your friends is a lot of fun, and playing against, like, playing a cooperative game with your friends is just a ton of fun. And I think that's really what the success of Destiny is going to be, is playing a cooperative game, you know, these hard missions, but it's still a shooter, so everybody kind of has the tools for success, because console gamers have played a lot of shooters at this point. You know, everybody knows how to do a shooter at this point, so it's not like, you know, well, I want to play a raid, but I don't know all the mechanics for World of Warcraft or some other, you know, online game, you know, everybody already knows how to play a shooter. Most people have already played Bungie shooters, so you know, everybody's got the tools for success already. So it's a lot of fun to kind of group up and you know, just jump right in. And with these raids and with the strike missions, I think we're going to have an awful lot of fun. And hopefully you'll join us over at the BRC Clan on Bungie.net, and we can do that together. I'm also having a lot of fun in the Crucible. I think I mentioned that before, but I think that one of the great successes of this game is actually being able to find loot playing against the computer, or playing the strike missions, or playing the campaign missions, or just roaming around looking for loot, and then bringing it into the Crucible and saying, all right, how good is this? You know, sure, it kills, you know, those flying Xboxes pretty quick, but, you know, is it gonna help me out in the Crucible? And you know, it's a lot of fun to do that. You know, I like playing for a while, getting like 4 new weapons, bringing those into the Crucible, and kind of seeing how each one is. You know, is this hand cannon any good? It only fires 3 shots, so all 3 of those shots have to connect, or 2 of those shots have to connect. You only get, you know, 1 spare shot. Or this one has 6 shots, so you can miss a couple more, but you still got to be damn accurate because it fires so slow. Or, you know, is this auto rifle, is it accurate enough to fire at long range, or do I really want a pulse rifle or a scout rifle? You know, these decisions are a lot of fun. I think it's a great game, and I understand people's complaints about the story mode. It is a little bit sparse, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that too. I would have liked to see a more fleshed out story, something more epic feeling. But what I am enjoying, I'm really enjoying. So I'm having a great time. Hopefully you guys are too. That's going to wrap up this commentary. I know it's been kind of a long one. I know I rambled a little bit, but thanks for sticking around. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.